Well, welcome to my very first episode of The Unspoken Truth.
Thank you for having
You're
me.
welcome. I was like, the other day thinking about it, I'm like, we're hitting our 6-month anniversary. Like, as long as we've known each other.
Oh my God, you're right.
Yeah.
6 months would be, what, is it December like 12th?
Yeah.
Oh
so
my
that's
gosh.
literally like
So soon.
than a month away
Yeah.
or a little bit closer. So yeah, and I've just been thinking about like how our friendship has kind of like evolved, since we've met. And I feel like every time we talk, I just feel at ease. And then just watching you, like the way our friendship has grown, but also watching your other friendships kind of like through a different lens, it seems like you've built such a strong and incredible like circle of friends. And I think just from what you've told me and what I've heard, I feel like you have an amazing friend group just with yourself, but I feel like with your partner, with Alex as well, you guys also have great, incredible circle of friends. So I thought we could kind of maybe just talk about that and kind of see how you've been navigating friendships and how has those changed, like
Yeah.
the past few years and like just in different stages of life.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh gosh. Like that's such it feels like an honor to have someone that has only known me for 6 months to say those things to me. Like it means a lot because my friendships are something that I am really, really proud of. And I think it's something that both Alex and I really value. Like community is something that we really value.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think I have worked really hard to try to build the right people around me. And I think you and I becoming friends so quickly and so deeply is a good example of like when you find the right person to do life with or have deeper conversations with, there's just nothing better in life than that.
Yeah.
There's nothing that feels better than that.
Yeah. I was going to say, would you say like growing up, like thinking back young Olivia, did you always have like a big circle of friends or were you more like shy girl or like what was your friendship look like when you were younger?
I think friendship when I was younger was filled with a lot of insecurities. I think it's the case for anyone, right?
Yeah.
Like growing up, when you're a kid, you just go through so many types of people. You're trying to figure out who you are.
Yeah.
For me, I had I don't think I've ever really had a hard time making friends because my personality has always been pretty extroverted and outgoing.
Okay.
So I've always had good friends around me, but I didn't start being super intentional about my friendships until I was well into college, I think. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Why do you think you were more intentional about it when you got to that stage? Is it more because like, like when we think about middle school and high school, usually we develop friendship because like when we're playing sports, we make friends through that. So like by circumstance, we do build relationships, right? Versus when you're more independent and in a new environment, then you're more focused on building that relationship or I don't know.
I think for me, it was way easier for me to have guy friends than girlfriends.
I was going to say that was like one of my next questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's a few things that contribute to that. I think I grew up with a single dad and a younger brother. So male energy is something that I've just always been used to,
Yeah.
I have always had a bit of a complicated relationship with my mom, which I didn't know this at the time, but I think that also contributed to why I found it easier and more comfortable to be around guys than girls. For a long time, I used to kind of wear that as a badge. Like,
Badge of honor.
yeah. I felt proud of myself for not being a girl's girl and for being a guy's girl for some reason.
Do you think because you had more guy friends that you felt like you were not being a girl's girl? I mean, I think in some cases you still are, right?
Yeah. But you know, if I was to look back at when I was young, I would say things like, "Oh, I just get along with guys more than girls."
Okay.
Or I would say, "I'm just not really a girl's girl. I don't really like to talk about shopping or things like that." Like it came from a really judgmental place.
Got it.
And I realized that it was simply because I was insecure that I didn't have like a group of girls,
Got it.
you know?
Yeah.
And I think I always felt jealous of other girls that had that, which is kind of why my defensiveness would just be, well, I'm just a guy's girl. And the reason why I started to become more intentional about my friendships in college is that I don't know who told me or where I got this idea, but one day I just kind of realized that these guys are not going to stick around. Like, once people start getting married or, you know, like going on with their lives, I just think female and male friendships are kind of hard, to sustain.
Yeah.
And I don't, maybe it was my mom that told me that, but I remember I looked at myself in the mirror. I think I was like maybe 20, maybe 21. But I looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, you need to invest in female friendships because sisterhood is what's going to carry you through your life.
Yeah.
And from then I was like, all right, dropping all these boys. I'm going to just focus on my girls.
I was going to say, like, what did investing in friendship look like? Because I feel like as an adult, making friends, I think it's difficult. And I think especially when you're trying to build a foundation with another woman, you never know what to expect. There's, you know, the fear of competition or the fear of like, okay, I'm an adult now. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, what steps did you take? Or like, I think a lot of people say like, oh, you know, if you want to make a friend, join this club. Like, to truly build an incredible friendship with someone, or because you had that desire, what did you do? Like, how did you get yourself out there, I guess?
I think in college, it was easier to make friends, right? Because you're surrounded by people that are also trying to make friends.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
in college, it felt easier to do that. But if I was to think about like post-college friendships, I mean, it is much harder.
Yeah. I think, not to interrupt you, but I think when I'm thinking like during college, I'm also thinking of like the pandemic because that was like
you're right.
some experiences.
That's a hard time for you, Peniel.
I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. I think luckily when I was in college, we couldn't even fathom something like that happening. But I think if I was to think about how did I intentionally like prioritize my friendships as an adult, you foundationally have to work on yourself and you have to know what's important to you. I think your late 20s and your 30s is really about discovering what your values are and I think acting upon those values. So there's a foundation of you have to know who you are. You have to be honest with yourself.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the times when we're young, there's a lot of other reasons to why we become friends with people. Like there's a shared interest, like say, you know, for me, like I had my party friends, or I had friends that just had common interests with, but beyond that, there wasn't much.
Yeah.
And I just think college is, it's just a big social experiment, isn't it? Like it's just this
Yeah.
social bubble where everyone's just socializing with each other, testing boundaries. So like
Yeah.
when you don't have the convenience of college and communities like that, you really have to think about like, why do I want to see these people? And like, what's worth my time
Yeah.
and what's worth the investment? But if you don't know yourself and if you don't know your values, it's a hard thing. That those are hard questions
Yeah. Kind of
to ask yourself, right?
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
you really have to be like transparent with yourself.
Right.
Which is kind of scary sometimes, I
Yeah.
think, for most.
And I think when we're young, and I mean even now, I feel like there's also like a foundation of wanting to be liked and wanting to be accepted by people.
Yeah.
And the people pleasing come in. And so that's I feel like that's why it's so important to do the work, the inner work, to know who you are, what you value, and what's worth it for you. What's important to you.
I was gonna say, like, I've been asking this question to myself a lot, but I think sometimes I like to compare my male friendship and my female friendship, and I try to see which of my people pleasing tendency comes out more in my male friendship or my
Interesting.
female.
Okay.
Yeah.
How has it been for you?
Personally, I feel like in my female friendship, I feel like I'm working more, or like I'm trying to work towards not to be super a people pleaser in general. Doesn't matter for who. But I think I am more of a people pleaser with women than I am with men, or my male friendship, I will say. Because there I feel like I don't have to try. I'm just existing, and like we're doing things. I don't have to overthink and over-explain. Whereas in my female friendship, I want it so bad. I'm doing the additional things to make sure they are okay and happy.
Yeah.
I come out as that,
Yeah.
you know, so, which is very interesting.
Yeah. There's something about male friendships where it feels pretty easy,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Not that I think my male friendships in my life makes me feel seen or
Yeah.
heard or understood in the way that my female friendships do. Like that's no,
I don't
it's not even a comparison.
No. And I don't think you could like explain that.
Right.
either.
So it's like, it's interesting that it's easier,
Yeah.
but what you get out of it is not that deep,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And maybe that's why it is easier, because it takes less work
Yeah.
to hang out and maybe
Yeah.
even as a woman get the validation that you might
Yeah.
want from someone. It's easier to get that from a guy than it is from a woman.
Women. Yeah.
Because like you said, you know, there's some women have the competition, or there's just, I just feel like with any type of intimate relationships, and you know, intimate relationships can be within friendships as well. And like, I feel like when you are in such a vulnerable state,
Yeah.
so much can flare up. Like your insecurities,
Yeah.
your ego, your how you see yourself, like all of that really gets like bubbled up to the surface. And I don't know how aware everyone is when those things come up.
Yeah.
And then the question is, what do you do when those things come up?
Yeah.
Whereas like when you have a friendship with a guy, maybe those things might come up if you are craving male attention, but then that's a whole other story,
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. But I think also with that is like when you in a male friendship, I feel like usually you have to be the one to have certain conversation with. I don't think a man usually be like, okay, something is wrong. Like, why aren't we talking? So like the more intimate conversation usually is being driven by women. Not always, obviously,
Absolutely.
But-
yes.
you know?
Absolutely.
It's like if there is something wrong, oftentimes even if they recognize it, they don't say anything, you know?
Maybe there's something in that dynamic that makes women feel good, you know, like being able to provide that kind of like openness and like insight to someone.
Like give that sense of control.
Yeah,
And
or
like,
it kind
oh,
of gives, it's like a ego boost,
yeah, I was
you
gonna
know?
say.
Yeah, it's an ego
Like
boost.
I'm initiating it, so therefore,
Yeah, I'm
like,
initiating. Oh, like I'm driving this conversation. He's really engaged. Like, then you quickly realize, like, how long can I do that for?
then it becomes almost like not a full-time job, but like a
Right,
job of its
right,
own.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Do you think that like as you know, you change and evolve and grow as a person in general, do you think those relationship and like building that connection, whether it's new people or even with your like current circle of friends, is that changing as well? Like, I guess like you already establish your boundaries, right? You already know what you want in a friendship and in a connection in this season of life. So as you get older, then do you think there's less competition or less like or more of like the type of core values that you seek for just changes over time? I don't think I'm questioning this or wording it correctly, if that makes sense.
Are you asking, like, as I get older, do my friendships with my female or with my girls, like, does the values change?
Also change, yeah. Or have you noticed that being very consistent for the most part?
I don't know if they've changed per se.
Okay.
Like, if I was to think about the values or like why I am friends, I mean, my best friend Liz and I have been best friends for 15 years now.
Which is incredible, by the way.
Incredible.
Because it's not often that you hear that, like, yeah, I've been friends with this person for X
Yeah.
amount of years.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, it's beautiful.
It's an interesting question because I can't remember if my values have changed per se.
Okay.
But I think I have come to learn what my values are even more. Like as I go through different types of friendships, especially female friendships, I'm starting to realize what is really important to me and what's not. And what is worth, like what value is worth holding on to.
Yeah.
And what are some things that are really like what are like the non-negotiables? I think that's what I'm learning as I get older. What are the non-negotiable values when it comes to close girlfriends for me?
Okay. Yeah.
And the thing is, not everyone that I become friends with like share those values.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, you don't know that until you do a friendship with them, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I think that's why friendship breakups happen, because you start realizing that, I thought we were on the same page when it comes to these things, but I'm starting to realize that we're actually not on the same page.
Yeah. I do hate that though. Like, I hate the idea of having some sort of reflection or just reevaluating the relationship that you're in once something major happens versus while you're still in it. Because if you think about like in a romantic relationship, right, you're constantly evaluating or like trying to figure out like what's working, what's not. You have these conversations. And I think with friendship, there's this unspoken, it's really not spoken about it at all.
Yeah.
And that's when you kind of have to decide, you know, like, how are we in this relationship? Where are we? Like, do check-ins, right?
Right.
Which is like, I don't know. I think it's sad that something major has to happen to come to that point.
I agree.
You know?
I agree. Because it can be pretty traumatic, you know? Like, especially with friendships that you thought are going to be a lifetime.
Yeah.
Because everything was going so well and you guys were really meshing well and the chemistry was there and you thought the values were aligning and all of this. But
yeah,
it's kind of like in a romantic relationship, you don't really get to know that person until you start living with them, you know, like until you really start to see the behind closed doors. How do they treat themselves? How do they show up for people? How do they conflict what is conflict resolution for them? Like, you know, those hard moments are the only moments that actually show your tested values, I think. And maybe that's why something like that has to happen for friendships to be tested in that way. But that doesn't mean, though, that if something big happens, it means it's done.
The whole thing is over.
Yeah. Like, I think the thing that I'm really, really proud of when it comes to my friendship with Liz is that, you know, we became friends when we were 18.
Okay.
And I'm turning 34 this year. And it's a long ass time. And when we met at UW and we found out that we were these like two tall Korean Americans originally from Idaho, we were like,
whoa,
what?
hi.
Hello. But I mean, I was a different girl back then.
Yeah.
So was Liz. Like, we were babies.
Yeah.
Just figuring out life, who we are, what's important to us, what's our non-negotiables. And we come from really, really different backgrounds. So there was a lot of misalignment at times in that.
Yeah.
But I think what really kept us with each other is really our shared values. And what's kind of crazy about Liz and I is that even if we weren't all that aware, intentionally aware of what our values were when we were young, there was some kind of unspokenness between her and I where we knew that we just get each other.
Yeah.
Like, yes, we were from different types of families. Yes, we were from different areas. Like, we grew up differently, but yet we just like got each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that was just a really good example of when there's value chemistry and compatibility. Yeah.
Friendship compatibility are a big thing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. No, I can absolutely resonate with that. Yeah. Sometimes they can speak your own language without you even have to explaining what you want to say.
Yeah. Yeah. It's incredible to have someone in my life that knows me that deeply, you know?
Yeah.
And it wasn't just rainbows and butterflies for the 15 years of our friendships. Like, there were definitely moments where we thought that, oh, we might not speak to each other again. And there were moments where I think her and I kind of took a break from one another, thinking that we might not come back to one another.
Okay.
But it shows me how incredibly strong and important the shared values are, because that is what brought us back. Like, we both really value growth mindset and showing up and doing the best for the people that we love, which is something that I'm realizing is really unique in people. Like,
I was gonna say, like, I think how do you maybe it's something that can be explained, I think. So like, how do you know it's time to walk away versus how do you know that I need to stay in this relationship, but there is a point in time where we just need space, you know, and like eventually, but you are my person, you are my friend, you are a part of my family.
Yeah.
I don't want to walk away from you,
right?
You know, but we are going through something right now.
Yeah.
So like, how do you know if it's something to fight for versus like, it's time for me to walk away? And it was a beautiful friendship we've had, but maybe the season's over.
Yeah.
You know?
I actually think it's hard, but it comes down to pretty simple things. Like, first, I think it depends on your choice. Like, your own choice in how you value this friendship and how you want to show up with this person. Like, I've definitely had friendships where some time was needed, some space was needed for us to get back to each other.
Yeah.
I don't think that's always the case when you have a hard season with a friend.
Yeah.
I've had friendships where we were having a hard season and neither of us chose each other. Like, neither of us chose to keep working for it.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really good indicator that it just wasn't meant to be, or maybe it just wasn't meant to go as far as you thought it was going to go.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
Like, I think everyone will treat others the way that they like view and treat themselves.
Yeah.
And if you're not being met with the respect that you deserve,
Yeah. Yeah.
then you have to also walk away because you gotta respect yourself.
Yeah.
And I had a hard time swallowing that for a while. Like, I really had it because I am someone who's proactive when it comes to my friendships, and like I want to make sure that there's definitely a part of me that wanted to make sure that all of my friends were okay or weren't mad at me, or I really struggle with conflict, and struggling with conflict is not good for friendships.
Something happens, you just don't want to talk about it, pretend like nothing has happened.
Right. Yeah. Or just kind of passively dance around it. Yeah. But that I learned in a hard way that really just chips away at not just the friendship, but like your self-worth. And it's something that I've really, really worked on.
Yeah.
And while working on that, I realized that not every friendship breakup or hard season actually needs to be even addressed or confronted, because you got to look at what's in front of you and like how you're getting treated.
Yeah.
There's that.
Yeah. I don't know, like that's such a hard thing to think about though,
Yeah, it's hard.
I think especially like if the people that you know that you need to walk away from are good people,
Yeah.
but you also want better for the relationship.
Right.
So
and want better for you.
For yourself as well. Yeah. And I forgot who I was having a conversation with, but I just think it's funny how we get to learn what like romantic relationship breakups kind of looks like through movies or through stories or whatever. But truly friendship breakups, it's really not that talked about at all, or at least what does a healthy communication with friendship looks like, if anything, So like, and I think it's so sad. I feel like we need to have more conversations like that. And
I agree.
Just like, not just in therapy, be like, this is what I'm going through with friendships. What should I do? Or it's just doing that check-ins and what that looks like from the early age versus as you get older.
For sure. I don't know about you, but I have way more anxiety when it comes to like my female friendships than I have with my guy friends.
Yeah.
It's not even a comparison. I wish there was more conversations about friendship breakups too.
Yeah.
But I imagine it's hard to talk about because it's so nuanced.
Yeah.
It's so situational.
Yeah.
And it all comes down to like, what are you willing to, what's worth it to fight for?
Yeah. Yeah.
And what are you willing to let go? Yeah.
What I was going to say is like, what does that look like though with Alex? So like, with you guys' friend groups, right? Like if, let's say you guys decide like you no longer want to be friends with somebody, what does that look like? Do you guys have conversation about it? Or if so, like, do you guys have like boundaries that you discuss and navigating friendship just in general as a couple to not just like your individual friendships? I'm sure those are separate, or maybe they're not. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's something that Alex and I talk about together. We've never really gone through a situation where we felt like we needed to have a friendship breakup with another couple per se. Even if that has ever happened to us, it's not us being like, okay, we no longer want to be friends with them.
Yeah.
Let's like start phasing out. Like it was never, it's never black and white like that when it comes to friendship breakups. Especially for me, for someone that tries to give people the benefit of the doubt. When something happens that rubs Alex the wrong way, or if a friend kind of rubs me the wrong way, like we'll give them chances for sure. And then if we feel like it's repeated, then if we feel that we are close enough to them, like that,
Yeah.
this is also like, this is also nuanced in that it depends on how close you are to them, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Like if these are friends that I see once a quarter,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's worth my energy or my time to
Yeah.
have these like confrontational conversations with them about how they rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah.
It's really just on me to limit my exposure with that person without it making a like a big deal,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Now, if we had a difficult season with like close friends to us, then I think we are people that are willing to have, that want to have a conversation with them about how things are going. But what's interesting about that is that for me and Alex, we have this built trust with them that we know that if we have this hard conversation, it will be okay. Like that we will get through it.
Yeah.
Like I have this innate sense of trust and confidence in my friendships that I have with Alex too, like with my friends that I call my chosen family. Like I feel like it's like that we can definitely have these hard conversations and we may have a hard season of us not feeling all that connected, but in the long run, it'll be okay. Like we will find our groove again.
Yeah.
And as long as we are honest and transparent and compassionate and kind to one another and generous and gracious towards one another, which are all of our values, I think will be okay.
Yeah.
But now like friends that are outside of that,
Yeah.
more acquaintances or party friends or like just friends that I'm not doing life with,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, just like fun friends, I'm not
Really
really
impressed.
invested
Yeah.
in having hard conversations like that.
Well, I was gonna say like we've talked about hardship with friendship, but I want to hear more about like the beautiful things about like your friendships.
Oh my
And,
gosh.
I want to hear more.
I will start crying.
Should I grab tissues?
No,
I'm just
we're
kidding.
good. We're good. Like, what is life without being known by people that are not your family, that are not your parents?
Yeah.
I don't know where I would be without my friends. I mean, you know, I come from
Yeah.
a hard family, and I've never felt. I wouldn't say I never felt. It's just really complicated with my family, so it makes me. I think it's where I feel the most loneliness for me, which is probably why I transferred so much of my energy and my effort into my friendships, because family is such an important value of mine that I needed to create it somehow.
Yeah.
And I really created that with my friends, especially my girlfriends.
Yeah.
I think the things that we all value is the growth mindset and keeping each other accountable and loving on each other at our worst, at our best.
Yeah.
I think friendships, my female friendships, felt so important to me. And I was so proud of my friendships that there was actually a part of me that like lost myself in that. Like,
Tell me more.
I always kind of struggled with my self-worth and essentially believing that I deserve the things that I have. And my female friendships was like a big one in that. Like, I've developed all these really great friendships around me, but my low self-worth was making me have this narrative that these people are just friends with you because they feel bad for you or they feel like you'd be a wreck without them, which when I say it out loud, it's like I kind of crawl inside of me because I'm like, that's just, I hate that I felt that way,
Yeah.
but I just valued them so much, but I wasn't valuing myself. And that dynamic of like valuing them so much and then not believing that I deserved them was like a weird place to be in. And it really took some time for me to work on myself, heal, and understand, recognize my self-worth and work on that for me to really see even more how incredible my friends were.
No. Yeah.
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 Yeah. Like there was a scarcity mindset there that always blocked me from seeing my friends in the way that they deserve to be seen. And that abundant mindset created space for me to just belong with me and belong with them. And that in itself just makes my friendships with my girls just irreplaceable.
Yeah.
And honestly, like life worth living. Yeah, like it makes it worth it to go through the hard things in life
Yeah.
and
I
keep
mean,
going.
like building a village, I think that's the best part
Yeah.
about life. And I mean, I like it makes me sad that like there was a point in time that you had to think about that about yourself. You know, because like I know we've known each other for a very little time, but just I just admire you in so many ways. And but at the same time, like those feelings are valid too, you know, and it makes me sad to hear that like you didn't feel like you were worthy of that, because you are, you know.
Thank you.
And I think like the communities that you build right now are truly a reflection of you. And I think you're incredible. And yeah. Okay, let's switch gear a little bit.
Okay.
So we've talked about like loneliness and friendship. What do you think is the most misconception about female friendships? Common misconceptions about female friendships or just friendships in general?
That it's easy. That it just happens like this.
It's easy,
that
yeah.
that if you meet someone that you're meant to do life with, that you won't have any like hard seasons.
Yeah.
I think that is a huge misconception. I think friendship will only get as deep as the work you put into it. And the work doesn't mean having girls' night and having a charcuterie board, and that's not the work.
Yeah.
The work is like the hard shit. It's being honest with yourself and having the hard conversations,
Yeah.
all while giving grace to that person as well. And like, that's hard shit. It requires so much introspection, reflection, and your ability of whether you can admit the things that you don't want to admit about yourself, like all of that, the self-awareness. And then on top of that, it's showing up. Like I heard somewhere that the price of community is inconvenience. And you have to inconvenience yourself to have the community that you want and the friendships that you want. I think especially in this era of social media,
Yeah.
it's really easy to think that everyone's just got it. Everyone has these amazing friendships.
Yeah.
Everyone has the girlfriends. Everyone has this and that, has the perfect marriage, has the perfect all of this. It's so easy to think that.
I mean, it's like that's all you see is the
Exactly.
positive side,
Right,
right?
the
Like
highlights.
you're not seeing like the morning tears or like
Yeah.
late night thoughts, like all the, you know, like you're not sharing the vulnerable side of you.
Right.
At least some people are, but
Yeah.
it's not majority.
It doesn't show the work that it takes
Yeah.
to get to that place.
Yeah.
And the misconception that
easy.
friendships, relationships, marriage is easy,
Yeah.
it's not it.
No.
It's hard work.
I mean, you guys have been married how long now? 5 years?
We
right?
have been married for 5 years, yeah.
Seems like a smooth ride the whole time, I'm sure, huh?
It was not a smooth ride the whole time. It's not.
No.
See, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like it takes work. Any kind of relationship
Yeah.
takes so much intentional work.
No.
It's just, are you up for it?
Yeah.
Like, I think for me, I so desperately wanted a community, but that desperation created the wrong community when I was in college and such. Not to say that like some of those people are great. Like some of those people are still my best friends to this day,
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
generally, you know,
Yeah.
that's why I say you got to know yourself. You got to know yourself to know what you deserve,
Yeah.
what's worth it for you. And
And I mean, I think part of it is like testing out different communities.
absolutely,
You know?
you have to. How would you know? There's no way that you would know what you like and you don't like and what's important to you and what's not if you don't try it out,
Yeah.
you know?
I was going to say, what would be like an advice you would give young Olivia?
I would say that it's gonna be okay, and to really just stay true to yourself. I think Brene Brown was the one that said something like, if you are constantly trying to fit in, you're just neglecting yourself each time. Like, she said that when you belong with you, you belong everywhere. Yeah. And when I first heard those words from her, I didn't really realize, I just didn't really understand what that really meant.
Yeah.
But I think we're all trying, and when we're young, we're all trying to figure out who we are and how we fit into this society and who we want to be liked by and how important it is of your like popularity and all of that, all of that is so important when you're young, like in your teens. Yeah. Which makes sense. Like, I think it's really human of all of us to go through that. Yeah. In the midst of all of that, like, how do you find yourself? How do you stick to yourself? And I would tell young Olivia that you're going to find incredible women in your life as long as you just keep being like true to yourself. Yeah. And I have found incredible women in my life that continue to be my North Star. Like, I respect the hell out of all my girlfriends. Like, they are all girls that I aspire to be. But that they not only influence me to be true to myself, but that I also influence them to be true to themselves too. And there's just something beautiful in that. Yeah. Yeah.
I love that. I'm like, give your younger self a hug.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, who knew?
Yeah.
I genuinely, if I was to think about myself in like middle school, high school, I did not think I would have such amazing women in my life in my 30s. Yeah. Yeah.
And I love that. Like, you've built such an incredible community, and like, that is something really to be proud of.
Thank you.
Especially in today's age,
Yeah.
So, what is something you look forward to for future relationships as you continue, evolving and growing?
We're all getting to the baby making life stage now.
Yeah.
Like,
you're expanding the love.
Yes. All of my friends are not actively trying, but thinking about it's like that time, we're all trying to just like keep pushing out the family planning as far as we can. Yeah. But I'm excited for what that next chapter is going to look like. There's a part of me that feels scared too, that this like chapter in life is ending. Yeah.
Okay.
Because you just never know what life can be like and how family planning or having kids will impact your friendships. And inevitably, they will change the dynamic of your friendships, right? You don't have that much time for each other anymore. It's in order to spend quality time with one another, it just takes so much more effort, more intentionality. And that's going to be hard when you're a first-time mom or when you're trying to, not only when you become a parent, but like you have aging parents, like more life shit just keeps happening. Yeah. And I'm nervous for the unknown, but I still have this grounded confidence in me and my friendships that we'll be okay, that we will go through the seasons together like we always have. Yeah. And we've always made space for each other no matter what we're going through. Yeah. So I'm excited for what this next season's gonna be like. Like, imagining all my best friends having kids and for me to be able to love on those kids too. Like, I'm excited for that. Yeah. But terrified as well.
Yeah. Like, that's such an honest thought and honest feeling. And it is okay to have that fear, but also the excitement, And I think, like, you're also like a step ahead of most. I think a lot of people don't think too much about like the potential of things shifting and moving, being in a new transition, right? So you already thought about all the possibilities. Now it's just when the time comes, what actually that looks like.
Yeah.
You know, and I hope it flourishes for you. And I think it will. I have no doubt about that. So I'm excited for your new season of life.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it. What are you looking forward to in your next season of life?
I think I'm looking forward to continue in building connection that like aligns with mine, you know, and building that village that I'm constantly seeking out for. But also like being open to what the next phase of life is for me, because usually I get so scared thinking about the future and what that potentially could be. And if shit goes wrong, you'll figure it out. But just the idea of being open-minded and continue to just like work on myself, you know?
I love that.
Yeah. So that's what we're looking for the next season. I'm like entering my late 20s era now.
Yes, you are.
So I'm like, oh, wow. You know,
it's a hard season. Like, I think your late 20s is one of the harder. I mean, granted, I've only lived 33 years. So like, I don't know what the rest of life will look like. But at least up until now, I feel that your late 20s is like the hardest.
Oh my gosh. Someone told me like 27 is like the year where everything feels at least at ease. Like you already experienced the chaos in your 25. I feel like that's your midlife crisis. I feel like I have midlife crisis all the time. Do you remember like what you were like at 27? I mean, it's not that far away or that long ago.
I feel like I was a different person back then.
Yeah. I wish I met you like in your 20s. I know you told me a story.
I don't know if you wanted to meet me in my 20s.
I'm just like so curious. It's like if only we can travel back in time just to see. I've been watching like Harry Potter, right, recently. I'm like, I wish I can just like put a spell on so I can go back.
I think the 20s for me, yes, there's like the chaos for sure.
Yeah.
When you're young 20s, you're just messing around, having fun. It's a lot of transformation, I think, in your 20s. It's trying to figure out, I mean, there's even just the transition between college to the real world.
Yeah.
That alone
That's
is, I think, really hard, right?
Yeah.
And not only are you trying to figure out what do I want to be when I grow up, especially in this economy, who are my friends?
Yeah.
Who are my real friends? Like that's a hard one, especially again, like coming from college where it was easy, everyone was around, and then you move and you are like, wait, who are my real friends?
Yeah.
Who's actually going to show up for me in the way that I would show up for them, or that I keep showing up for them? But why? Like there's a lot of dynamics that you have to figure out.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure anyone can relate, but like there are friendships where like you keep pouring and you don't get much back.
Yeah.
And you just kind of sit there being like, why I keep extending and I keep doing this and I keep wanting to like work on this friendship, but like, why am I not getting anything back? And when you're young, at least for me, it was just like, I didn't know what my boundaries were. Like 20s was like a very trial and error
stage.
You just try things and you learn.
No,
you know?
like to be honest with you, I think from 16 to 20 maybe, I thought I had this huge understanding of what my boundaries were. And then I realized like this time around when I went back to therapy, when my therapist really started making me think about my values are, is when I started understanding like what I thought it was actually not what it is, you know?
Yeah.
Part of me felt like, okay, this was I lying to myself this whole time? But like in reality, no. Like she's like, you need to just dig deeper a little bit and figure out and understand what's really
like an
important
example
to you.
of that, you think?
I think like the big thing is I had a different expectations of friendships, right? And relationship. And then the people pleasing tendencies came up, and me pouring into everybody's cup was just felt like, oh, it's just me. Like everybody deserves this. And she's like, well, you don't have to pour to everybody's cup the same amount. You just need to learn which one's more important to you. So sometimes you have to pour a lot. Other times you can just put a drop. So like, understand those relationships.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And same thing with like my romantic relationships. So we were trying to like put it all together and try to understand like what's really important to me. And then moving forward, even now, it's like, okay, so when I do enter a relationship or reevaluate my current relationships with all my friends and everyone in my life, like, am I really being true to myself? You know? Do I actually understand my own values to take action on?
Yeah.
I'm not just making a decision or just acting on the things because I feel like it's right or it's wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense.
No, it does. I think that people pleasing can come from so many different places.
Yeah.
But like where it does really come from is your ego, right? Like the people pleasing and sometimes that's why people pleasing is like a thief of joy and autonomy on your end, because you got to really step back and think, why do I keep doing this?
Yeah.
Is it because I just want to be accepted by these people? Is it because I'm lonely? Is it because like there's so much that I think loneliness is like a big reason to why people are willing to be treated in the way that they don't deserve to be treated in that way. You know, like some people, because of loneliness, will just have people around them that are not so good for them or that don't, you know, treat them with respect. Or, and it doesn't even have to be that dramatic. Like you might actually just not feel all that connected with that person, but you keep them around because you'd rather just have that companion, like you'd rather have that person than to be alone. And that's a real thing that I think I have gone through, that that a lot of people that I know have gone through. And it's just such a common feeling and tendency that we do when it comes to friendships and I mean romantic relationships too. Like I can't, how many relationships that I was in, like that I know I shouldn't have been in, but I knew like I was in it because I was lonely. Like,
and I think like there's no worse feeling than feeling alone in a relationship that you're in.
Yeah.
Versus like being actually alone.
Right.
I'd rather be alone than be lonely.
Right.
While being in a relationship with somebody.
Right.
You know.
But that's the thing, is for me, I would the 2020s Olivia, she would rather feel alone in a relationship than really be alone. Like being alone, it meant confronting all of my thoughts, my anxiety, the disappointment of family, like my loneliness. Like that felt way worse than being lonely in a relationship, which is crazy because now when I look back, I wish what I could have said to her is,
like, it's okay to be alone.
Yeah. And that the more that I was in these romantic relationships that weren't serving me, I was neglecting myself, and I just continued to neglect myself. And I was in bad relationships because of that. And I mean, luckily, I didn't have too many experiences with like female friendships where I was with really bad women around me. Like, thank God that I didn't have that. And I really had really incredible women around me always. So I'm really grateful for that. But the men in my life like Alex is really the only person that I have genuinely respected and felt prioritized by, and not lonely in that relationship.
let me ask you this. You know, like sometimes when you're into something new, sometimes you feel disoriented, like, oh my God, like, is this how he actually is? Or is this like, like, did you feel like you were allowing yourself to accept those things that he's giving you and showing you? Or did you have more questions like, okay.
Like about Alex?
Yeah. Oh, like in this relationship, you're in. Because he's teaching you something that you've never had previously, right?
Absolutely. Like I really had to be honest with myself in those values. Like, what is important to me when it comes to marriage?
Yeah.
And Alex has never changed who he is. He's always shown me who he is from the beginning.
Yeah.
He's a very consistent man. And I had to unlearn a lot of my own trauma responses for me to genuinely accept his love. Yeah. And as I'm saying that, it's interesting. I actually feel really similar to my girlfriends too.
Really?
Like I had to really work on my trauma responses, and my trauma response is the scarcity mindset, and the fear of abandonment, and like all of that, the glass half empty type of mentality, and I really had to work on that inside for me to accept the love that I have always been given by my girlfriends and Alex. And so it's so interesting how much of that work was just within me, and it was about me working on that with myself, and not about it with like, not about the way that they were loving on me or anything like that. It wasn't external. It was all internal for me. And I'm starting to realize that like as your self-worth goes up, you start aggressively protecting yourself.
Yeah.
Which is what we deserve, you know? And like, you know, I'm sure you've heard like you become the average of your 5 closest people. And when you think about it that way, like, who are your closest 5 people? Yeah. Who are you letting into your life to influence you in this way? And that's why for me, when I look at my close 5 girlfriends of my life, I'm always aspiring to be more like them because I think they're amazing. They're my North Stars. And it'd be an honor to be an average of my 5 girlfriends.
No.
Yeah.
No, I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing that.
Of course.
This honestly has been such a fun conversation.
I know. Yeah. I love this. Thank you for having me and allowing me to have space to talk about the greatest joys of my life and being able to do it with you. Just, you're my newest girlfriend in my life, and it's been such an honor to just do this, but like to get to know you deeply, to share the traumatic moments that we may have at work together. But and we've talked about this, I feel like fate really brought us together. I think you and I have really similar trauma responses. And I think we have similar importance and values. And anytime we have conversations about anything, I feel like we just get each other, you know? And so I'm really blessed to have met you and to have shared such a intimate and important like chapter of your life, of you starting this podcast.
I know.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That means a lot, honestly. Thank you. No, like I feel so honored, honestly, for you even saying yes to this. Like aside from that, I think watching our relationship grow really does excite me. And I think when we met, I was in a stage where I'm like, wasn't sure how to open up, but with you, I felt like I've known you forever, and like it felt easy to connect with you. And I think that's tough for me, especially, but I just value everything that we talk about and how you approach yourself, how you carry yourself, and just we've had very interesting conversation, and I feel seen, and I hope you feel the same way as well. And I honestly, I just admire you, as a
Thank
person in general. So yeah.
That means a lot. That means so much. Thank you, Peniel.